What is the difference between pronunciation and accent? Which one is more important? Should you run behind pronunciation or accent? If you stay with me for the next couple of minutes, you will get some important points on these two. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of this channel. Thanks a lot to each one of you for supporting me and also for texting me. I've been receiving a few messages asking me on certain topics and also commenting and giving me feedback on what is required and how to go about with the channel. That's been great, and it's really encouraging to read all your messages. Now, coming to today's topic, I'm directly going to delve into the topic. What is pronunciation? Pronunciation is the way you form a word and the way you articulate the sound, especially the way you stress and emphasize the sound of a particular word. That is something that you already know, and when you check a dictionary also, you come across this definition, something very similar to this. Now let me explain it with an example. Do you see a word on the screen? Okay, now you pronounce it like this, potato. Okay, now when you pronounce it wrong, for example, if you tell it like this, potato, 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 all these are wrong ways of pronouncing the word. Okay, and the listener will not be able to understand what you're trying to actually convey. So something that is widely accepted is pronunciation, and it comes under pronunciation. Now, in the English language, we follow two types of pronunciations. One is British pronunciation and the other one is the American pronunciation. All of you know that. Now, when it comes to the British pronunciation, you might be thinking, which is correct? Of course, we Indians follow the British English, but still both are correct. Okay, British pronunciation, American pronunciation. So the way you form the word and the way you stress the sound is pronunciation. Even when you come to this word, pronunciation, some people pronounce it as pronunciation. That is wrong. So pronunciation. So see the way I'm stressing, I'm giving importance to the sound and the way I'm forming the word. Now that is pronunciation. Then what is accent? You might be thinking, you might be having this doubt. We have got British accent and also American accent. You're right. Now taking this particular word that comes on the screen, the British accent, when you use the British accent, this is how you articulate it. Schedule. British accent. Now coming to American accent, schedule. So what is accent? Accent is something which is specific and which is distinctive to a particular country, even sometimes a group of people. Now let me explain it better. Now you must have come across people who are not native speakers of English, like the Italians, the French, the Russians, or even we Indians, who speak with a good pronunciation. They've got fairly good pronunciation. At the same time, they do not use any accent. But you're able to understand what they're trying to convey, what they're trying to tell. Have you come across people like that? Now, on the other hand, you must have come across people who speak with good pronunciation and with a beautiful accent which is specific to their own country or region. For example, when you listen to the French or the Germans, some of them speak with good pronunciation, and also at the same time they've got this beautiful German Italian accent when they speak, but you're able to understand what they're trying to tell you. It's not wrong. It is a kind of flavor. So accent is an additional flavor. It is something which attracts, or also it is some kind of pitch frequency that you give to a particular word, and it adds to the beauty of the word. Now, pronunciation is very important. It is as important as grammar and other parts of the language. So if you don't get your pronunciation correct, then you will be asked to rectify it. Now you might be thinking, when I told you about this British, this American, the Italian, French, Indian and all that particular accent, you might be thinking, then what is mother tongue interference? Now you have this mother tongue interference, or you have got this hindrance, you get this hindrance when the accent, listen to me carefully, when the accent dominates pronunciation. Did you get it? For example, you have this word on the screen. It is supposed to be pronounced as English. English. But suppose you pronounce it as English. Now there you have got the mother tongue interference because your accent, your regional or whatever is specific to your place is interfering. It is dominating the pronunciation and the other person is not able to understand you. The other person will not be able to understand what you're trying to say. Maybe the person is already used to such kind of wrong pronunciations and the person is able to understand you, but it is not widely accepted. So if you have got a medium, or you can say an average accent that is very specific to your region, like for example the Indian accent or the Italian accent, but you have got a fairly good pronunciation, then it is fine. Do not have to work on it. Do not pressurize or give so much of stress on it. Now let me explain with another example. Now taking the same word, this particular word, I told you, you can have either British pronunciation or American pronunciation. Now suppose as a normal person, as an Indian, for example, if you're trying to pronounce this word. So I'm going to use the British pronunciation without any accent. Okay, just like that, I'm going to speak normally. I'm not going to use any accent here. So British pronunciation I'm going to use. What is the British pronunciation? Schedule. When I have the accent, it is schedule. But when I speak like a normal person with fairly good pronunciation, I articulate it this way. Schedule. Schedule. It's not schedule, but schedule. You're able to understand me. I'm using the British pronunciation. Now coming to the American accent and American pronunciation. Now coming to the same word, if I'm using the American pronunciation, it is like this. Schedule. I'm speaking like a normal person. So like a normal person with my own regional accent, little bit of accent, I told you it's okay if you have got the right pronunciation and if the other person is able to understand you. Let's take it again. The word is this and I'm using the British pronunciation but not the accent. Schedule. American pronunciation but not the accent. Schedule. You're able to understand me. Pronunciation is good. Accent is not there. Now let me try with the British accent and the American accent. The same word. So British accent. Schedule. Schedule. American accent. Schedule. Schedule. So what did you observe? When it comes to the pronunciation, I'm giving more stress to the sound and the way I form the word. But when it comes to the accent, it is the way you elongate the sound, the pitch is different, the frequency is different, all the detailing is there and more flavor is there. It's not that you should speak with the accent and it's not necessary that you need to have this accent to speak English well, or that is when people tell that you've got a very good English pronunciation. Pronunciation is different. It's the way in which you intonate or the way you give importance to the syllable and the sound. So I hope you understood the difference between these two. And one more thing that people have been asking me is it really necessary to follow an accent? First, it is very important. Actually, it is essential to work on your pronunciation. It is very, very important. That is, you give importance to the sound. After that, to add some taste, to add some flavor, to garnish it, you can have an accent, you can follow an accent. It's not necessary that you have to follow the British, the English or the British accent or the American accent, either one, or you can even go by your own accent, which is very specific to your region. Sometimes people speak with the French accent, but fairly good English pronunciation. So it is possible to speak with good English pronunciation, having a fair to medium accent that is very specific. That is your choice. It is your choice. But it becomes a problem. It becomes an issue when you're not treating that problem. That is, when the accent dominates the pronunciation, it becomes a big problem. That is, that is called as, or that is known as, the mother tongue interference, the mother tongue influence, and things like that. So when it is like that, when you feel that it is dominating, you have to work on your pronunciation, and that is when you have to get it corrected. So pronunciation is very important. Accent is your choice. So if you've got anything that you want me to clear about, please feel free to drop in the comment box. And if you've got any suggestions about any topic, or if you want me to discuss on any particular topic from grammar, reading, or anything, please feel free to drop it in the comment box. You can always text me, message me personally. It's always fine. You can always check the description box. Thank you and stay safe. This is Rini Rose Matthew.